What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Gaming with the Broscast, episode 200.
Let's go.
Yeah,
200.
yeah, awesome. It's crazy to think that we are at 200. It's been I want to say it's been a long time, but it really
Doesn't
hasn't
feel like
felt.
it. I feel like we
Um,
just did 100.
it really feels like that. But my name is Harrison. I am joined by my brother Nick. As always, we are doing a special episode of 200. So this week we're gonna do our normal games we've been playing. Talk about that Palworld. How about
Palworld,
Palworld, guys?
baby.
Yeah. And then we'll dive into a little bit of the news, and then we are for
Top 200 games of all time.
top 2,000. No, basically all of our top 10 lists that we've done since 2019 for Game of the Year. We're going to go over all those games, and we're going to make a single top 10 list based off of those.
That's gonna be tough because you got games like Elden Ring. You
Yep.
got Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, there's
You
there's a
got
couple years where like we didn't have the same game of the year. So, yeah, it's going to
yeah,
be very the only one we didn't do a top 10 for was 2019. We did a top 3, but that was just our first time doing something like that, so we weren't knowing what we were doing, but
no. We were just vibing. Episode 7. If you
yeah.
guys want to check out our 2019 Game of the Year episode, it's
Yeah,
a it's a
I went
fun
back
one.
and we were just talking about it, but because I didn't have like the list in front of me, that's the only year I didn't have. And yeah, going back and listen to that now versus then versus now, it's the quality is definitely a lot better. I'll say that.
Well, really, like, did we? Was there two microphones in that room, or was there just one?
There might have been just one for that
And yeah,
specific
because
episode because we were together for that episode.
yeah,
I haven't gone back and listened to like some of the first ones we did, but I'm sure they are not as
not
not
as
as good. At least
crisp.
on my end, you've always had a pretty good microphone because you have music stuff. So
Yeah, mine's always been okay, but
yeah,
I feel like your mic
yeah. I
has
mean,
always
I,
been
I had
pretty
the
good too.
snowball, so I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, it was never a bad
we
microphone, but
we were always rocking a mic of some sort.
yeah, we always
And
had something decent going on.
yeah, yeah, we were professional even back then.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's been a fun 200 episodes. Technically, I think we're on like 207 for some of our spoiler casts, and I did a couple of I counted the solo ones as an episode. Um,
hmm
yeah, so technically we're a little bit over 200, but this is our 200th official episode.
Yeah,
So
official Gaming
yeah,
with the Broscast episode.
yeah. So we hope you guys enjoy. Let's just dive in like we normally do. Nick, how was your week?
It's good, dude. It's been cold,
Super
like
cold.
in the teens, and I'll tell you what, like I wouldn't be this upset normally. Like I wouldn't have really cared how cold it was because I work from home.
Yeah,
Go to the gym most days. I mean, that's kind of the main reason I go out of the house sometimes. But now that we have a dog,
you have to go outside.
and yeah, we have to. Like I walk her at 6:30 some mornings, sometimes 7:30, and it's cold, man. I'll tell you what. Like I've
Yeah,
really felt it over the past week and a half.
yeah. It's been
Like
very cold. I mean, we're in
mm,
North Carolina, so we're not getting in the zeros, but it has hit
it's all
like
relative.
14, 15, 16 degrees. I mean, once you get past the 20s, I mean, cold is cold. I mean, it's
Yeah,
just
no
cold.
matter which way you cut it, like
Now, it wasn't
cold.
like I don't know if you watched the Dolphins and the Chiefs play a couple weeks ago, but that was like that game was crazy.
I saw clips
Like
of it.
people's beers were like freezing in the cans and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Andy Reid's mustache was completely frozen solid.
Oh yeah, I saw that picture.
So yeah,
It's not that cold, but
not that cold, but still
but
cold.
yeah, been very cold. But yeah, otherwise it's been good.
Yeah,
You know, getting our lives, getting my life back together since getting back from Florida.
yeah,
So it's been nice. Did some gaming, played some more Baldur's Gate, that kind of stuff. But
sweet.
before we dive into games, Harrison, how have you been doing? How you doing?
It was good. Also, I'm doing good. Also, surviving the cold, as well. It's
Were you sick again?
I
Or
was
were you
sick. I'm still kind of sick, I guess. I've just had a lot of congestion going on. A lot of
Mhm.
like heavy snuts and stuff like that. But other than that, like
Smells.
no headaches or like I've been working and stuff all week. So yeah,
Okay,
just
because I watched your Palworld video and you said you were still recovering from a cold, and I was like, "Damn, it's been like
yeah.
3 weeks."
No, yeah, it's yeah, I've been good. It's just been all congestion. Like I'll wake up,
Mhm.
blow my nose like really heavy a couple times, and then like periodically throughout the day I'll blow my nose. But like right now,
Yeah,
I feel pretty good. Um,
nice.
just a couple little sniffles.
Just some sniffles.
But yeah, good week. We finally I had already gotten all the Christmas decorations and stuff put in boxes and all the lights and put in boxes, but I hadn't gone up on the roof and gotten those lights mainly because since my wife doesn't usually get home until pretty late, I don't want to do it without her, holding the ladder, and just in case something happens, like the kids aren't, I'm not like dead in the yard or something if I fall off the
Yeah,
roof.
right.
Um, but her schedule just changed, so she gets off at around 5:30 now, so that's good.
Oh,
So
that's good, nice.
I finally got up on the roof. It was still cold. Got up on the roof, got everything down, froze my butt off, but finally got everything put up in the attic and cleaned up my office, cleaned up the living room. I got a standing desk for my main work computer. Super cheap, like $80 on Amazon, and it's a really nice desk.
Dang, was it on sale?
I guess I like IGN
Okay.
posted an article and it was like the cheapest we've ever seen the standing desk, and I was like, it's probably be like $300 or something stupid. And then I clicked it, it was like $80, and I was like, all right, what's the
Like,
catch?
hell yeah.
And there's no catch, so I got it.
It
Uh,
only stands.
yeah, it only it only stands up. But it's really good. I've used it a couple times now, and it's good to have the option. I do eventually want to get like a little walking pad or something like that to go on the
Yeah.
floor, just so I have that. But yeah, other than that, pretty good week. Just trying to stay warm. But it was a solid week.
Heck yeah.
Wait, let's dive into what we've been playing because I'm really excited to talk about Power World, but we'll leave that to the very end.
Okay.
Nick, tell me about Nier because you've beaten this
Dude,
game
oh
seventy
my
thousand times
god.
now.
Yeah. So, I've gotten all 5 main endings, and it's not as daunting as it seems. So the
Okay,
first 2 endings, you're pretty much playing through the game twice from 2 different perspectives, and each playthrough is about 6 hours.
okay,
Ending C is, it's a continuation of that, that first part of the story, and, like, it's a complete like, it's like the other half of the game, which is crazy.
jeez.
Like, it's crazy thinking someone would stop playing after finishing Route A or Route B
Well,
and
you
not,
did
like
that with Signalis. Did you ever go back and finish that game?
I didn't.
Because it takes you to the cut. It takes you to the main menu, and then you have to go back in. You're like, wait, what is this? And then there's like another 2 hours left.
Yeah, I need to go back
Anyways,
and
go ahead.
finish that. Sorry, I'm
It tricked
uh,
you. It got you.
yeah, you got me, you got me. I'm a hypocrite. But yeah, you play through ending C, and you kinda make a choice at the end, and then after you finish, the C route, you get a chapter select. So you can just go back and,
Okay.
go back to the very end of the game and, make the other decision, get ending D, and then there's, like, a secret ending when you're rolling credits.
Cool.
Um, this is, like, one of my favorite games. Like,
I gotta play it, man. I gotta play it.
you have to play it. I think it's one of my favorite stories.
Okay.
It's
Wow. I mean,
eh
I've always heard really great things about this game.
yeah.
I mean, Gene Park on like Twitter like never shuts up about it in a good
Yeah, he
way.
doesn't.
So
I don't wanna give away too much, but, like, at least from my perspective, the central theme is it's kinda like finding purpose
okay.
in your life, and that kind of, like, carries throughout the entire game and even towards the end, which has, like, the coolest ending to a game I've ever seen. Like, I've never seen a
Wow.
game do something like this that is so impactful to not only, like, your mindset or your not only a mental impact, but, like, an impact to the game itself, which is
Wow.
super cool. Like,
Okay. That's high
it
praise.
yeah, super high praise. It's I know it sounds like 5 playthroughs, it's not. It only took me 21 hours to get through
So
all of it.
what? Because you started this game a couple years ago, or maybe last year or at some point. What clicked with you this time Maybe there's just another game that came out when you had started it, and then you moved over to that new game or something like that?
Yeah, because I started it back in, like, October of 2022 when it came out to the Switch,
Okay.
and I think another game had come out, like, right around that time, and I switched over to that. But really what clicked for me, and this is kinda weird, but, like, after I finished up Route A and started up with a different character, I really liked the playstyle of the second character,
Okay.
and then
That's cool, it changes up the combat a little bit.
yeah, and it's not even like a combat well, I guess it is a form of combat. It's like you play as light spoilers, but in the second round you play as 9S, who's the scanner,
Okay.
um, and he has like a hacking thing, so you can like hack into people, and you do like a little bullet hell mini game to defeat the core, and that's how you like that's one way you can do damage to enemies.
Okay.
So that was like a lot different than the first playthrough, which is kind of like a bullet hell, like you know Bayonetta like action type game.
Okay.
So that it really clicked with me for some reason, and I saw like a lot of people had mixed feelings on the second playthrough, but I really liked it, and then you know once I started playing it again, I realized how much I liked the story and how much that I liked it when I played back a few years ago. But yeah, for whatever reason, I just fell off of it, and so happy I picked it back up because right when I
Nice.
picked it back up, I was like, hell yeah, this game is sick.
Sweet. Well, I think there's a sort of a lull, I guess, coming up here in February. There's not anything coming out in February, is there?
There's a lot in February.
Is there? Is there a lot in February?
There's Final Fantasy.
Okay, well, I can't play
Um,
that.
yeah, you can't play that.
There's
Persona 3, that's on Game
Persona.
Pass,
Yeah, but
so maybe I'll check it out.
I probably won't play it, to be honest.
Actually, that might be it for February.
Yeah. Yeah, I might use February to maybe either play that or pick up Final Fantasy 7 Remake on the PS4 and play that.
Also, speaking of games coming out soon, Harrison, a quick fantasy critic update, but you had a good
I
day
did.
today. You had 290
90s.
Metacritic games, which I think will net you 20 points each.
Now, when does that officially turn into points? Is that on Saturday whenever like the draft is over, or is it at the very end of the
I'm not
year?
sure.
How does that? I don't know how that works.
I think probably within like 24 hours
Okay,
to give the scores time to settle, and then if it decreases, I think that your points will just decrease as well.
gotcha. Okay,
But
yeah, yeah, with yeah, Tekken 8 and Like a Dragon, which I don't know,
that
not
game
not
sounds pretty good.
that sounds pretty good as well, and that comes out Friday, so and it's on Game Pass, so it's like, oh gosh,
Wait, is it? No, it's not on Game Pass, is it?
I'm pretty sure it is, isn't it?
Is it? I don't think Sega was gonna do Game Pass with this Like a Dragon.
I thought it was because it was on like their um wasn't it like on Xbox's showcase?
Yeah, but
It
I don't
isn't.
think it
Okay,
was
okay,
Game
yeah, I don't
Pass.
think it's on Game Pass. Okay, all right, then yeah, I'll probably pass it up then, but uh. I don't know. Maybe it'll. I still haven't ever played. Like the other. Um, was it Yakuza Like a Dragon? Was it when they before they
Yeah,
officially
yeah,
changed the name in the U.S.?
yeah.
Okay. But yeah, yeah. And then we don't have anything else until you've got Persona on the list on February 2nd. That's probably gonna review pretty well too, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
So yeah,
You made a smart choice picking Tekken because fighting games always
they
review
usually always
higher.
do pretty good for whatever
It's like
reason. And
yeah,
this
like
one
fighting
this
games
one
and
seems to
racing
be
games.
really good. I mean, I'm still gonna
Mhm.
pass on it because I'm just not a big fighting game guy, but yeah, this one looks like it's excellent.
Is Tekken the PlayStation exclusive one, or is that
It was Street Fighter 5 was, but it wasn't anymore because I don't think it particularly sold super well. But it also didn't launch with like a single player and stuff. It was kind of a messy launch.
But I thought PlayStation had their own fighting game,
Mm-mm.
like, had their own, like first party.
I think Tekken, I think all that stuff has always been multi-plat, and I think um Street Fighter 5 was the one that went to PS5 only for exclusivity.
Oh, okay.
I just don't think it panned out well for Capcom.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough limiting the player base for a fighting game because
Yeah.
you need that player base to keep you going.
Yeah. Um let's see what else we've been playing here. I'll talk about The Walking Dead. I finished up season 4. Um Man, what a game, dude.
Wait, I thought you finished this last week, right?
No, I know I finished I had started season 4 last week of The Walking Dead.
Oh,
But I officially finished this
oh,
one.
nice.
Incredible like arc with Clementine. Yeah, literally tears by the end of that game. It was very heart-wrenching. Um and then I ended up playing also through The Walking Dead Michonne. So I am completely done
Dang.
with the Michonne one. It wasn't quite as good as the other ones. It was only 3 episodes, so it was pretty short, which is fine. It didn't really do anything for like gameplay wise. I did look it up. I guess there's some point in the Walking Dead TV show where Michonne
Mhm.
leaves. Or I guess the comics too, but Michonne leaves at some point. This is like her story while she's away from the from her main group. So kind of cool, but I completely forgot about that from the show. But yeah, that was probably the weakest out of all the Walking Dead stuff.
Mhm.
But it was still okay. But season 4 was really good. Um,
Nice.
yeah, and you want to talk about some Prince of Persia
Yeah, dude. This game,
rules?
it freaking rules. Like I love the traversal and combat in this game. It reminds me so much of Metroid Dread
Yeah.
and like a little bit of Hollow Knight as well, but
See, I feel like it feels more like Hollow Knight than anything.
yeah, I mean, I would maybe say like Hollow Knight if
Because
it
like Metroid, it doesn't have like the what are they called? The Not the
oh,
tokens,
the
but
talismans or
the
whatever.
talismans. Yeah, they don't have that in Metroid. So yeah, I really feel this is more of a Hollow Knight
I
kind of
Yeah,
clone than
I'd say the snappiness of Metroid Dread, but
yeah,
the overall, like, kind of gameplay and gameplay mechanics is Hollow Knight,
yeah.
which is a damn good mix
Yes,
to
yeah, as
have,
we're
like
still waiting on Silk Song, this is a great in between game, and it's
mhm,
fantastic. I mean, we're both playing on Switch. It
yep,
runs pretty good. I have seen a couple of hiccups here and there,
yeah,
but
couple,
nothing that ruins the experience. And the loading times are pretty good.
mhm.
Um, and I love the fact that like even in boss fights, so you can just spawn right at the boss if you
Oh, that's
die.
nice, yeah, you can just
It's
retry.
very nice accessibility feature there. Um, yeah, or you can, but I do see that like, if you have the one of the talisman, I don't know if they're called talismans, but if you have one of those activated where you have extra health, I don't think that extra health bar goes on there unless like the bonus health unless you go back to the whack tree.
Which makes sense, I
Yeah, that
think.
makes sense.
Yeah,
It's a
that's fair.
little bit of a uh punishment if you die to boss, but at least you
Mhm.
don't have to. But generally speaking, like the whack trees are pretty close to the boss fights.
Yeah,
You're not having to traverse a lot to get
yeah,
back
the
to
run
them.
up isn't bad if you do decide to go back. Have you unlocked any of the, like, special powers yet?
Other than like the little like boost air move, and then I got the one where you can create like a clone of yourself and then travel like to the where that clone's at. I got that one.
Oh,
Do you
that
have
one's
that one?
sick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, I'm assuming the next one I think double jump is I think toward the end of the games. I'm not quite sure which one I'm getting next, but I'm up on the right hand side of the map where like the forest is,
Mhm.
and I'm trying to beat I can't remember her name, but she rides like the kind of the mount or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah. Yeah,
Have
I
you beaten
actually
her?
I beat her today.
You beat her today. Okay,
Yeah. It
she's
was
pretty tough.
yeah, it was very, very close.
Yeah,
Like, like one hit away.
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I went back and upgraded some of my talismans and some other stuff, so I haven't tried to fight her again, but the bosses seem like really fair. Like I don't ever feel like I'm getting bullshit or anything like that.
Mm.
It's pure like okay, I know it's just me not countering or dodging at the right time. Like it feels really snappy and like a fair experience so far.
Yeah, yeah. I think like everything in this game has been very fair. Like even the um like the challenge areas so
Yeah.
far have been
Yeah, I love like the
pretty fair.
coins like you get and you have to navigate and actually
Yeah.
touch
That's like
ground again.
Celeste.
Yeah, yeah. Really
That's
cool.
yeah, it's super cool stuff. I love this game
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah,
So
definitely
good.
I mean obviously with the demo we know it was pretty good, but
Mhm.
yeah, it's definitely a really really fun game.
Great on Switch too.
Yeah, great
Like
great on Switch. Yeah, that
yeah.
recommended on Switch. Um Going
Power
down into
World.
some Palworld. So I definitely we talked about it before the show, but I definitely plan on playing more Prince of Persia this weekend than I did. But I got up Saturday morning and I was like, okay, what is all this Palworld discourse, all this positivity going on? What is this game? And then I just downloaded it and I played it for like 10 minutes and I was like, yeah, I don't know about this. And then I caught my first pal and I was
Like
hooked for like 3 or 4 hours straight.
the gameplay loop is just it's so satisfying going out, catching a bunch of pals, finding a bunch of stuff,
Yeah.
coming back to your pal farm or whatever you're doing, like your little I don't know, man, you're just putting them to work. They all have special
I
abilities.
love
Like,
it. Yeah,
yeah,
it's so good and it's
it's so smart.
automated. You don't really have to dictate a lot of stuff like once you create I mean it's got like that sense of I don't know, kind of I mean any farming simulator like uh gosh, I'm having a brain
Like
fart of it.
Stardew.
Like Stardew like you start off like it kind of starts off slow but then once you kind of get to the automation of everything, like it feels really good to have like your pals actually doing stuff.
Yeah, and like I saw in the trailer, like eventually you can have like an assembly line
Yeah.
of stuff. I'm like, what the hell are you making? Like,
I have seen one video where this guy, I don't know how he did it, but he like killed his pal and then like put a rope around its neck and had it hanging from like his house. Like he had like two or three of them. I'm like, how did you?
oh, he
It's
probably used the trap,
yeah, the trap. He
like
probably
that
that's
thing.
probably what he
Yeah,
used.
because when I caught a pal using that thing, and I was like, damn, this is kind of gruesome looking.
Yeah, because you
Like,
can like straight up like murder them. Like if you get like the butcher's knife, you can there's an
you can,
option to actually like kill them, and it says that they will not come back, so they're officially dead. Um, Game's wild, man. It's a lot like Pokemon, but it's also not.
right?
So I mean, it's janky.
Yeah, the animations
It's definitely
kind of terrible.
yeah. The animations are terrible. It's early access. There's no story. There's barely any dialogue. Like the human AI is atrocious.
Oh yeah,
But you can catch the humans and make them work on your farm as well. So there's that.
you can.
You can enslave them and make them work as you can.
What the hell? All right, that's pretty cool.
This game is absolutely bonkers. And then yeah, like the first time I haven't unlocked guns yet, but I did lock the ability for one of my pals to have a gun, and
TMZ.
him being on my head with the machine gun is hilarious.
Well, you can put them on your head.
Well, that's his ability. Like, well, it may have been another one, but
Okay,
he gets up on your shoulders and has a gun and shoots.
that's so
It's
wild.
hilarious.
Like it's, and I think that the developer said they were trying to like just cast out like as wide of a net as possible and just try to get as many people in and just combining guns and Pokemon is like the best way to do that.
Yeah, so you're just like
Especially,
it's almost like a shock value. You're like, what? What is this game? I have to try this.
yeah, it's like everyone loves Pokemon, and then Pokemon with guns.
Yeah, hilarious.
Call of Duty, yeah, I mean, it's just it's a really interesting idea, and I honestly like I don't know why people are so upset about it.
Yeah.
Because if anything, it's gonna light a fire under Game Freak.
It's not a Pokemon killer, but
No, no, it's just a
because it's different, but
It's Pokemon-like.
it's kind of scratching that itch that I've wanted from Pokemon for 10 years, and this random company does it. Like, I get we get an open world game where your Pokemon actually mean something. They actually
Yeah,
do,
they
like,
have
other
utility.
than battling, they can do stuff. It's really cool. Like, it's yeah. I mean, I know in regular Pokemon games I'm pretty sure you can mount them now, but the fact that you can fly around or mount, still battle, still catch, still collect items, like you can do everything you
Mhm.
can on foot versus being mounted. And like in a Pokemon game, you just know they wouldn't allow you to do that. There'd be
Yeah.
something for
Too
some
streamlined.
reason, yeah, too streamlined. And then the fact that I mean you can battle and like not have to be around. You can kind of move around the environment and stuff like that, and then like they'll attack you and try to kill you. It's it's pretty
Yeah.
cool. It's
It's
scratching an itch that I didn't know that I needed, especially with like the survival stuff because I'm not a survival person. Like, don't
and you're
enjoy
not really like a
Minecraft.
base building person either.
Not a very big base building person, but now I'm like, all right, I'll kind of want to build a base.
Yeah,
Like
like,
I
that's
mean,
what
I
I
have a
did.
base, but like I kind of want to make a good base.
Like, yeah, like, before I went to bed last night, I was working on a two-story base for me and the pals, you know?
Nice.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I don't know why I did it, but I had fun doing it, and
Yeah, I'll spend
that's
like an
really what
hour
matters.
just in my base, just trying to optimize stuff. And like there was I had a scare where like I completely ran out of food, and I was like, oh god. And then I had to like plant well, that was like right when I was realizing, okay, I need somebody that can plant the seeds, and then I need somebody that can water them, and then I need somebody
Mhm.
that can harvest them and actually transport them. And then once that clicked, I was like, hell yeah, this game rocks.
Yeah. It's so cool. Like,
Yeah,
who would have thought just having Pokemon or having pals, whatever, that have utility and can help you around your base, like, that drives you to wanna catch different types of
yeah,
pals. Like, it's that simple, and then, of course, you get, you know, experience and bonuses for catching, you know, multiple Pokemon of or multiple pals of the same type, and
yeah.
that
That's really
kind of
cool.
pulls from Pokemon Arceus, where
Yeah,
you get bonuses when you do
and
that.
you get XP for doing literally anything from
Yeah,
picking an
for
item up to making something.
to cutting down a tree,
Yeah,
mining, like, it all gives you some sort of experience, which is it always feels like you're progressing,
yeah. It always feels
which
like
is
you're
super smart.
not wasting time. Every little thing you do is cool. But yeah, I mean, there's obviously a lot of problems. I mean, it's early access. We're both playing on the Xbox, which is I think pretty far behind like the Steam version.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I mean, the game isn't particularly like great looking, but it looks good enough for what it is. Like I said, it's janky, no story, uh, but it's just fun to survive in.
Yeah, yeah, and, like, I know Nintendo would never make a game where you, as the player, are hurting a Pokemon or anything like that, like shooting them with anything other than throwing balls at them.
Yeah,
But I would love to see this type of game made by Nintendo because it would have that polish. And
yeah,
I think that's a possibility with something like, Pokemon Legends 2,
yeah,
you know, especially if that's on the Switch too, even though, you know, we always say, "Oh, wait till the Switch comes out, wait till the 3DS comes out, and Pokemon's gonna be really great," and it never is, but, you know, I'm hoping
yeah,
that Game Freak, they see this or Nintendo sees this or Pokemon Company sees this and says, "Hey, let's take an extra year. Let's make a
yeah,
really good Pokemon game that looks really great
yeah.
and shakes it up."
You know, whether I mean, obviously the big discourse is people are mad about the potential like generated AI,
Which I don't think there's any in there.
in which
I
it's not confirmed. Like the people are only saying that because like I think the CEO of the company was tweeting about it a while ago about generative AI and stuff like that. So look, I mean AI, yes, people don't particularly like it because it can steal jobs and this and that, but I think AI can be used in a good way, and it's going to be used in game development going forward. And we're just going to have to get over that. But yeah, I don't think
Square Enix is
it's
using it.
I don't yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't, but I don't think I don't know. They said they were all like hand drawn, so I mean,
Yeah, I
why I
mean,
guess.
Well, even on Steam, like part of the developer or user agreement on Steam is you have to indicate if your game uses AI
Okay.
as part of the
Yeah.
like the bylaws. And
Yeah.
I don't think this game uses AI. AI couldn't create something. It couldn't create any of the pals, at least how they look. Like AI is good. It's just not. It's not good enough to create something not so perfect, but like you can't just create that without any further editing or anything like
Well, I
that.
guess I
Further,
guess they could potentially like take a. I mean, there are a lot of pals that look like if you were to take this out of this game and throw it into because I don't know all the Pokemon at this point. I mean, I just don't. If you were to take one of those out and throw them in a random Pokemon game, I would say yeah, that's a Pokemon because they do look very
yeah,
similar. There's some that are quite close.
which
Um,
makes me think they're hand drawn.
so I mean, I guess potentially they could like take a picture of Pikachu and say we want something similar, I guess, and then have the AI create that out of like the out of that image and to make it something different. But I don't really know how all that stuff works anyways, so I'm not the best to try to explain that stuff. But yeah, I don't think it is. I just yeah, the discourse is funny because people are defending Nintendo and or defending Pokemon Company and feeling sorry, and it's like don't feel sorry. I mean, there's a reason why this game has sold 6 million copies in like 5 days. It's
Yeah,
because it's fun. It's just
yeah.
it's
It's
a
just
fun game, and people have been craving something like this from Pokemon and just haven't gotten it, so they're getting it out of this, and it's a solid experience that will should should only get better. It's not, once it gets further into early access and then eventually goes 1.0. So
mm,
yeah,
yeah. It can only get better, and I think it's off to a really great really great start. It's a cool premise, whether or
it's
not
cool. Yeah,
you think it's a ripoff of Pokemon or whatever. Like I,
it's got
a
a
game
grappling hook.
Like Lies of P, that's an obvious ripoff of Bloodborne.
Yeah, but
But I
no,
didn't see anyone talking shit on that game
yeah,
because of it.
it's just because it's Pokemon.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah,
people will defend Pokemon to the end of the earth.
yeah, and I unlocked the grappling hook earlier, and
Oh, how
it's
is it?
it's not the best. It's got a cooldown,
Great.
but it's still cool that's in there. I feel like just every little there's so many things like even even like the little Elden Ring circle whatever it's called.
Oh, yeah. Like
Eh,
the Shrine of America as well.
Yeah, there's that in there that warps you down or warps you wherever to the boss or whatever that you could fight, and then like it's kind of Zelda-esque too because every time you go into a new place and the
Just a
title
little
of it it's like a little doo and like Zelda
sounds like
does.
very derivative of Zelda.
Yeah, of Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. So it's definitely taken heavy influence from those, very close. So
Influence is a very loose word.
yeah, very loose word. It might be borderline stealing, but
Yeah,
hey, you combine the best things from the best games in the world and combine it all together and make something kind of unique.
sure.
I feel like it's working.
Yeah.
So all right, well that'll do it for Palworld. Great game, out of nowhere, just
Just out of the
super fun.
blue. Yeah.
Super fun.
Can't
All right.
predict this kind of stuff.
No, you can't. And like AAA companies just got to be kicking
They're
themselves in the
they're
foot
seething right now.
because I mean, it's got 6 million copies. Like poor Neil. Poor Neil. The Last of It. And I
Yeah.
was ready. I was like, okay, I'm staying off Twitter. Last of Us 2 is coming out. It's already a pretty divisive game. Some people are still upset that it's getting remastered, whatever. Um, I was ready for the discourse and then didn't hear
And then
a
Palworld.
lick of anything from Last of Us because thank you, Palworld. Thank you for that.
Only thing I saw was from reviewers who played it, and I didn't see anything from
Yeah, and I was
anybody
like, yeah, it's
else.
gonna like it's already. I know it's gonna get the 90s. I mean, it's the same game from 2020, just with some
Yeah,
some extra goodies in there. Um, so
fun
all right,
stuff.
well let's dive into some news. We already just talked about it. Power World sold 6 million copies in 5 days. Um, I don't think that counts Game Pass either.
No, no,
So
that's just Steam numbers.
yeah, so that's crazy. Like there could be a lot of people on
I think as of a few
Xbox
days
playing
ago,
it.
there were like 400,000 playing on on Game Pass. That's probably higher now.
That's
And
crazy.
I saw in South Korea they're bundling
All
Palworld
consoles with it.
with yeah, with
Yeah.
it. So they're trying to get a piece of that lightning that's been
Yeah,
caught.
I've seen the PlayStation fanboys up in a tizzy about this game because it's not on PlayStation,
Mhm.
and I saw like somebody was comparing it with Starfield. I'm like, why are we comparing it with Starfield? Like, what are we doing here?
Which I mean, I think this game should be on PlayStation. I don't see why
Yeah, I don't
it
see why it shouldn't be. Yeah,
yeah.
but maybe Xbox knew something. I don't, maybe they wanted it to be semi-exclusive. So
Mhm.
good on them, I guess. Um, Nick, you want to talk about these potential direct leaks?
Yeah, and this is kind of with a grain of salt because the person who leaked this, and this is just what I saw. I don't go on 4chan, but I just that's where it's coming from.
Hell no.
Hell no, dude. That's just what I'm saying. But they correctly predicted or leaked that from the Princess Peach Showtime game that two outfits or two jobs or systems or whatever
Yeah.
would get would get revealed, and they would be the ninja and the cowboy
Okay.
or cowgirl. Sorry.
Cowgirl.
Um, and they obviously both revealed today. And along with that, that the person speculated or leaked or whatever that in the February direct, in the rumored February direct, there would be Fire Emblem 4 remake, Metroid Prime 2 remastered, a 30th anniversary Donkey Kong game, and then remakes of Zelda Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages,
Please be true.
which is all. I don't know if it would all come in one direct, but all of that as a whole is very reasonable,
Yeah.
just based off of everything that we know. And Fire Emblem 4 is next in the line of remakes. Uh, Oracle of Ages and Seasons would technically be next in the lineup of remakes if they're
Yeah.
going chronologically. But um, if you watch the not the latest trailer for the Showtime game, but the previous one, there is a scene that shows Peach looking in at two different directions, and you can
Yeah.
see like a cowboy hat and then a like a ninja star type thing. So you can speculate based off of that,
Yeah.
but so I don't know. I don't know if there's any merit to it. I don't know if they just use that as an indicator, but how do you know that that's going to be the next two uh, roles that are going to get announced? You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I mean all this stuff that was mentioned before, like it's already kind of been rumored for a very long time anyways. So and if it's true, this makes me really feel like this next direct is gonna be the last direct we get that's probably solely focused on the Switch.
Mhm.
And we'll get a Switch 2 reveal in the summer, maybe like June, and then it comes out in September, October. Because
See, I think
I feel like all these games could potentially be come out between now, well, time of the direct, and then like September or something like that.
yeah, I think they said Fire Emblem 4 was going to come out in May,
Yeah,
so it's very soon.
like
But
Metro Prime 2, and I'm hoping if it's just Metro Prime 2, then maybe it'll be like an actual full on remaster, like
yeah,
one was. That would be really good
yeah, I hope so.
because
I was
they at least have to have the same control scheme, right? Like it's got to be like up to date with
mhm,
the first one.
with the first one. I was really hoping they'd release 2 and 3 together because that means that 4 is closer to us.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
if they, let's say they
Yeah,
release
four might
Metroid
not be
Prime
till
2,
2025, to be honest.
and that's kinda crazy, man. Like, yeah, let's
Or
say they
it'll be
shadow drop
like
2.
yeah, maybe it will be 2 and 3. I don't know.
Like, would that mean that
I'm on the same side as you on that one. I'd rather just have 2 and 3 at the
rather
same
have them
time.
both out? Yeah,
And then
I thought
four
all
comes
3
out
of them
later
would
this year.
be out by the end of 2023.
That's what I thought. I mean, that's what.
Like, if they're gonna be, like, a year apart each, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't want all that.
That's wild.
I just
You
want
don't need to
four.
do all that.
I still got to play 2 and 3. I mean, yeah. Well, you never played 2 and 3, have you? Either
I played 3.
you played? Okay, that's right. 'Cause that was corruption.
Corruption, yeah, on the
Corruption.
Wii. That was a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, all this stuff seems very plausible. Like it's probably happening. Um
just
So
maybe not all at
yeah,
once
but
in the direct.
Zelda Oracle of Ages and Seasons remaster.
I mean, what has Grezzo been working on since
Yeah, and to be
Link's
honest, I
Awakening?
kind of wanted them. I really want them to make their own original 2D Zelda game, top-down 2D. But
Dude, I
I
I was
think
thinking
that's.
about it. I want a side-scrolling Zelda game.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I
that
don't
could
know
be
if
cool.
I don't know if you saw my tweet a couple of days ago, but, like, imagine, like, a Metroidvania where you have, your hook shot, your boomerang, your entire, like, all of, like, links to different arsenal from all of the Game Boy and GBA games.
Yeah, you like the
And
Rock's feather, like oh,
yeah, like the box setup for the
woo.
double jump
Yeah,
and,
I'm
obviously
liking
your
I
bow and
like what
arrow
you're
with
putting down,
upgrades.
Nick. I'm liking what
Yeah,
you're putting down
yeah,
here.
yeah, I think that'd be cool. The mirror shield for puzzles for, like, putting
Oh
light.
yeah, yeah, that could be cool.
Yeah,
Phew.
I don't know. I think that'd be awesome, and the reason I thought of that is that the Prince of Persia,
Yeah,
the devs, they said they wanted to make a 2D Zelda game.
please
I was like, "Damn, that
let
would
them
be
do it.
sick." Yeah.
Let them do it. Um, we had the Xbox Direct, Nick, last week.
Shoot, I forgot
The
that
developer
that
direct.
happened.
It's pretty good. I thought
Yeah, it was really good
I love the presentation of these. Like
because
it's
they set expectations really nicely.
yeah, they set expectations. They give just enough behind the scenes that it's not too much. Um, and then you get like a pretty decent amount of time with the actual game. So yeah, I really love the two presentations they've done so far. But yeah, about how do you feel like Avowed? How do you feel about Avowed? I'm not sold on it quite yet.
It what bothers me a little bit about it is that it looks like a VR game,
It does.
and I don't know why because
Maybe it's the field of view is like just too close or something.
yeah, hopefully you can change that, but
Yeah,
yeah, like other first person games don't look like that. Like even, a game like Skyrim doesn't have that same feeling, but Avowed just it kind of looks like a VR game and I think otherwise it looks pretty good.
yeah. I mean, it
I'm
looks
just
like
worried about the
gorgeous.
combat
Yeah,
and the floatiness of it. Or
yeah.
the feeling of, of making impact with your sword or your weapon or
Well,
whatever.
that's a tough thing about like even like in Skyrim and Oblivion, you're just doing the constant swinging, and that there's no feedback from the like you don't feel the damage like the damage you're
Mhm.
doing until they keel over and just ragdoll down.
Yeah.
Um, but dude, that key art
Sick.
beautiful.
That
That's like
keyword is
the
so
best
sick.
key art I've ever seen in a game. It's gorgeous. Oh
That
my
that's the kind
god.
of PR that makes me wanna buy the game physical just to
I
have.
hope it's the cover art.
Yeah, it should be.
It's beautiful. Aria, I'm not a big
Not a
sim.
big, yeah.
Yeah, not a big sim guy, but I mean, it looks gorgeous. Hellblade, we finally got release date May 21st, right? I think.
Mhm.
Little bit of discourse. It's $50, digital only, and it's
And
about the
only
same length
8 hours.
as the first one, which I I think I'm okay with. I don't need every game to be 20 plus hours. I did feel like they were kind of selling us something that was a little bit bigger. That it sounds like it's probably going to be a pretty linear experience, which is
Yeah,
okay.
I think they revealed it too early, and they set up too high of expectations for
Yeah,
this game
I think
at
so.
the end of the day, and, Hellblade 1 was great, like, I thought the length for that game was perfect. By the end of it,
Yeah,
I was, like, ready to be done with that
ready to
world
wrap.
just because
Yeah,
it's like a super heavy game.
it is. Yeah, it is very
So,
heavy.
yeah, you don't want those games to go on too long or
Yeah,
else you'll get burnt out, but,
yeah. I think that game is going to be great. I think it's going to be
yeah, I think
a
it's gonna
really
be
good
really good.
game.
I'm glad it's coming sooner rather than later because I'm, tired of hearing about it at this
Yes,
point, you know
I
what I
don't need to
mean?
hear anything else. I'm good.
Yeah, just
I'm
ready for the
good.
game to come out.
Um, Indiana Jones, Nick. We got a full on reveal for that.
Yeah,
First person with some third person action
elements,
stuff
dude.
with the swinging with the whip, and I think like jumping over walls and stuff like that, and some other animations. It gives me, and it's not the same team, but it's the creators of um oh my gosh, uh Escape from Butcher Bay. What's that? uh, Riddick, Escape from Butcher Bay.
Oh,
It's the same developers that made that, but they're in a different team now that with Machine Games. Um, I don't think you ever played that game. You
mm,
should absolutely, if you ever have time, play that game. It is one of the best single player first person shooter slash stealth game I've ever played. It's incredible,
wow.
and it gives me heavy vibes of that, which is awesome. So I'm very excited for this game. It looks incredible. Um, how do you feel about it?
I think it looks really good. I think it showed very well. Like Indiana Jones looks very, very similar to Harrison Ford, to a younger Harrison Ford.
Did you immediately catch that it was Troy Baker?
Yeah, like
Okay.
within like watching the trailer, I knew it
Okay.
was
I
him.
wasn't quite sure until they actually announced it, and I was like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Because I was at first I was like, it sounds like Harrison Ford, but obviously it's not because he's older now. So I was like, so whoever it is doing a pretty damn good job of an impression. And then I was like,
Yeah.
okay, it's Troy.
Yeah, Troy Baker has that like that raspy twang a little bit. You can kind of pick it out of a crowd,
Yeah,
even though he voices everything in Oblivion. But yeah, no, I think
he's
I
good,
think
man.
I think
I
he's gonna
love
do
Troy
yeah
Baker.
yeah he's a great VA. I think he's gonna do great as Indiana Jones. But
Yeah,
I think the game looks cool. Like you know, I think if they can really nail the feeling and like the impact of using the whip and make that part of it super cool. I think that's gonna make or break the game.
yeah,
It's just the feeling of using the whip and,
yeah.
you know, whether you can upgrade it or not, whether you can get any, additional
Yeah, they
equipment.
said like the game sounds like it's gonna be pretty big because they said there's plenty of like optional stuff, like optional dungeons, quote unquote, if you want to call them that.
Kinda like
Where you'll probably kind of like Tomb Raider.
yeah,
They had
like
a lot.
Rise of the Tomb
Yeah,
Raider
they
or
had a lot
Shadow
of
of the
stuff
Tomb
like
Raider.
that. So I'm assuming yeah you'll be able to get something out of those to upgrade something. But it also feels like this game is not going to be super heavy on combat. It feels like there's going to be, and that's the way it should be. Like Indiana Jones is not super heavy. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, he's killing a lot of Nazis, but there's also a ton of like exploration and sense of
Puzzle
wonder,
solving.
puzzle solving in those movies. So yeah, it feels like it's going to be a lot less, like way less than even like Uncharted and Tomb Raider, as far as the combat goes.
Mhm.
Because like Uncharted's got
Yeah,
a
which I
lot
think
of
is a good
it's
thing.
got a lot of combat, and Tomb Raider I feel like it's got a bit too, but maybe less
It's
than
like
Uncharted did.
yeah, it's like more stealth.
Yeah,
Yeah. But I'm excited. I'm
yeah.
not like a huge fan of Indiana Jones. I haven't really seen any of the original movies.
Oh,
I
see,
should I should
yeah,
get back and watch them, but
you should like they actually they hold up very well. Like the last two, the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull and the Dial of Destiny, they're not super great, but they're definitely like good like summer blockbuster popcorny movies. But the original three are really good.
okay.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, I'll watch
amazing.
them.
Um, but yeah, you should definitely watch them before this comes out. But yeah, I'm excited. I thought the direct was great. The surprise was like the Visions of Mana, which is kind of random because it's not exclusive to Xbox and PC. It's coming out on everything. So that was kind of weird and felt kind of out of place, but still, it looks cool. Like I'm more interested than I was before.
Yeah.
But
Who's the
it's Square, right? Isn't it Square?
Square?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I guess this is just more of a showing of, hey, like, Xbox and Square is they're more buddy buddy than they were last generation.
Yeah, it feels like Xbox is trying to get back into the Japanese market. I mean, there's the great, the Blue Dragon and the Lost Odyssey of back
Mhm.
in the day with Mistwalker Studios and stuff like that, where they were trying to get Japanese gamers to buy Xboxes and had two good exclusives, especially Lost Odyssey.
Hey, maybe Palworld will give them a
Maybe,
boost.
maybe. Um, so yeah, I think that was more of like a hey, Japanese gamers, we're serious about you, and we want you in our ecosystem. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I got a feeling we're getting Final Fantasy VII remake soon on the Xbox. I just got a feeling.
You think so?
I've got a good feeling about it.
I Yeah, I mean, I think that and or Final Fantasy 16 since the
Yeah.
exclusivity window is up for that one.
Yeah, and that's kind of the only thing that's holding me off on picking it up on the PlayStation because I know it's probably coming to Game Pass pretty soon.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing.
And granted, it's probably like $20 on the PlayStation, so it's not like nothing crazy or nothing.
Mhm.
I'm not willing to pay, but hey, free on what quote unquote free on Game Pass.
Can't beat that.
That was it, right? We talked about everything from the direct.
Yeah, yeah, that
Okay.
was all of it.
And then last up, this kind of just dropped earlier. I have no idea what this is, but Halo Infinite on their Twitter dropped a "Set a Fire in Your Heart" teaser, which is just like a logo of like the UNSC logo. And there's an announcement coming on January 30th, so next week, next Tuesday.
Do you
Um,
know what this is for? Like what?
I imagine it's going to be for the next season.
But I thought they were done with seasons.
No, they're still doing seasons.
I don't think so.
Yeah, yeah. Their season 5 was like they had shortened their seasons.
Well, they're just doing operations now.
Oh, they're just doing operations.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were doing seasons.
I think season 5 is their last one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because they're moving moving a lot of their team to the next project.
Oh, well,
Yeah, so it's
maybe.
gonna be smaller operations.
Okay. Well, that's kind of a bummer. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, Halo,
I thought you'd seen that.
so Halo Infinite's like more or less done then. I thought season 5 did really well. Maybe, I guess maybe it didn't do as well as I thought.
It's hard to bring people back in
Yeah.
once they kind of leave a game.
Well, that's fine.
Uh,
I got a lot. I got enough from Halo Infinite. I really did enjoy that game.
mhm.
Um, I don't know. So yeah, what could it
I don't even
possibly
know.
be then?
Probably nothing crazy.
I would imagine not.
Yeah, I don't know. What would
Let me pull up.
January 30th?
Let me pull up because did it specifically say? Where's it at? Okay, so it doesn't say Halo Infinite. It just says "Set a Fire in Your Heart."
Hmm.
Let's see. Let me. I'm watching the rest of this trailer real quick. Yeah, it's got the UNSC logo burning up. Okay, so it doesn't give an Infinite logo or anything.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. So I mean, it's just from the Halo Twitter. So who knows? Okay. Maybe it'll be something more than Infinite. Maybe it'll be something completely new. That would be kind
Remember
of
when?
crazy.
Yeah, like a new Halo. No, it wouldn't be a new Halo,
No, it wouldn't. I don't think it'd be a new game, but
but
something.
maybe. But maybe.
I don't know. Maybe they're gonna remaster or maybe bring Halo 5 to the Master
But
Chief Collection or something.
does Set a Fire in Your Heart have any relevancy to Halo 5?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Hmm. Okay, I'm more excited than I was. Man, I am actually a little bit bummed. I'm bummed out right now.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring it down like that.
That's all right. It's okay. All right. Well, I think that's gonna wrap it up for the news portion. So we're gonna dive into our uh, our game of the year here, Nick. Nick, let's take a quick break. I'm gonna grab a drink and then we'll start back up.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right. Nick, are you ready to dive in?
Dude, I'm ready.
All right. So we're gonna stop. So just to explain it again, we're going to it's over 50 games, but we're going to dwindle them down to a top 10 combined joint same word combined list. Normally, as you guys know, we do two separate top 10 game of the year lists and go over that. But for this special episode, we're going to combine everything together.
Yes, we are.
All right, let me get my so. And I'll go. I'm gonna go down all the lists, Nick, real quick, and go through each year. Let us know, everybody else, what our top tens were. So for 2019, we did a top 3 that year. For you, Nick, top your number 3 was Resident Evil 2. Number 2 was Fire Emblem Three
Let's
Houses.
go.
Number 1 was Sekiro. For myself, number 3 Resident Evil 2. Number 2 was Gears 5, and number 1 was Sekiro.
Man, if I had played Gears 5 that year, probably would have been on my list.
Yeah, Gears 5 was pretty good. All right, now this is 2020. All right, at number 10, Nick, you had Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Number 9, Paper Mario and the Origami King. Number 8, Animal Crossing New Horizon. Number 7, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 Remake. Or Remaster, however you want to call that. Number 6 was Crosscode. Number 5 was Resident Evil 3. Number 4 was Mario 3D All-Stars. Number 3 was Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Number 2 was Ori and the Will of the Wisps. And number 1 was The Last of Us 2.
Man, I could just drop the bottom 8 right there.
2020 was a weak year.
It was.
Number 10 for myself, Mario 3D All-Stars. Number 9, Paper Mario and the Origami King. Number 8, Animal Crossing New Horizons. Number 7 was Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Number 6 was Resident Evil 3. Number 5 was Doom Eternal. Number 4 was Carry On. Number 3, Carrion? Right? Carrion?
How did that not make my list?
I don't think you had played it at that point, maybe.
I think
no,
I did.
actually, I was listening to the episode. You put it in your honorable mentions.
Okay.
You also put Ring Fit Adventure in your honorable mentions in 2019, which that came out in 2019, by the way.
Oh yeah, it did. It did.
Number 3 for myself was Last of Us Part 2. Number 2 was Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And number 1 was Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Wait, Last of Us Part 2 is number 3?
Number 3 for myself, yeah. I didn't love that game as much as you did.
I know. I thought it was your number 2 for some reason, but
for some reason I thought Valhalla was my number 1, but then yeah, it was Ori, which I'll take. I loved Ori.
Yeah.
All right, for Game of the Year 2022, I'll go first this time. Number 10 was
2021.
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry. 2021. There we go. 2021. It was very kind of a weak year as well. Well, maybe not so much. I think I played a lot less games than you did that year. Number 10 was Outriders. Number 9 was Forza Horizon 5. Number 8 was Little Nightmares 2. Number 7 was It Takes Two. I hadn't finished this at this point. This would have been a lot higher on my list. Number 6 was Mario 3D World / Bowser's Fury. Psychonauts 2 at number 5. Number 4 was Death's Door. Number 3, Resident Evil 8. Number 2, Halo Infinite. And number 1, Metroid Dread.
The GOAT.
And then your top 10 at number 10 was Guardians of the Galaxy, which if I had played Guardians of the Galaxy in 2021, it would have definitely made my list. Number 9, Psychonauts 2. 8, Forza Horizon 5. 7, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Was that?
Yeah, Rift Apart.
Number 6, Monster Hunter Rise for you. Number 5, Death's Door. Number 4, Resident Evil 8. Number 3, It Takes Two. Number 2, Halo Infinite. And number 1, Metroid Dread.
Nice.
God, that game is so good. All right, 2022. Number 10 for myself, Splatoon 3. Number 9, Bayonetta 3. Number 8, High on Life. 7, Kirby and the Forgotten Lands. Number 6, Signalis. 5, Pokemon Legends Arceus. Number 4, A Plague Tale Requiem. Number 3, God of War Ragnarok. Number 2, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And number 1, the GOAT, Elden Ring. For yourself, Nick, number 10, A Plague Tale Requiem. Number 9, Kirby and the Forgotten Lands. Number 8, Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope. Number 7, Triangle Strategy. Number 6, Pokemon Legends Arceus. 5, Neon White. 4, God of War Ragnarok. Number 3, Marvel Snap. Number 2, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And number 1, the GOAT, Elden Ring. And then I'll go over, we just did the 2023, but we'll do that here real quick. For myself, number 10, Metro Prime Remastered. Number 9, Lies of P. 8, Resident Evil 4. 7, Dead Space Remake. 6, Pikmin 4. 5, Dredge, 4, Alan Wake 2, 3, Sea of Stars, which I pre-ordered the IM-Bit Special Edition. Can't wait for that to come out in
Same
May.
here.
You got it, dude?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Number 2, Armored Core. Did you get on the Switch?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Number 2, Armored Core 6. And number 1, Tears of the Kingdom. Also the GOAT.
The goat.
Number 10 for yourself, Nick. Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Armored Core 6, Pikmin 4, 7, Metro Prime Remastered, 6, Baldur's Gate 3, 5, Alan Wake 2, 4, Lies of P, 3, Resident Evil 4, number 2, Sea of Stars, and 1, Tears of the Kingdom. The GOAT.
The goat.
The GOAT. So we have got, let me switch over reviews real quick. Here we go. All right, so I've got this list over here. I've got all the games that we just went over. So we are going to do the hard part and cut some games. So Nick, I'll start with you. Cut 2 games off of this list. And if at any point we have a problem with it, we can argue to keep it on for, for the time being.
Yeah.
But if we're in agreement, we can just cut it. We'll probably start working our way to just starring some stuff that we know is probably going to be on the top 10, and then we'll go from there.
All right. I'll do one better. I'll cut 3.
Okay. We'll start with 3. You cut 3, I'll cut 3.
All right. Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity.
All right, let me find it on this list real quick. That was a pretty good game. I enjoyed that game a lot.
Yeah.
All right, gone.
Mario and Rabbids: Sparks of Hope.
Yes, that can go for sure. I never actually.
I don't know
finished
why
that
I'm so
game.
mad about that game.
Okay, that's gone.
And then Paper Mario: The Origami King. Unless you have any reservations about that.
No, that can go. I like that game. I did not care for the combat whatsoever. Yeah. It definitely overstayed its welcome towards the end of that game. Where is it at on this list? There it is. Okay, I will go. I'm gonna cut Animal Crossing. How you feel about that?
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay.
I agree with that. Great game. Just man, I don't know if I could go back to that game without thinking about COVID.
Exactly.
You know what Actually,
I'm
let's just get rid of 2020 as a whole.
yeah, exactly. I'm gonna cut Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. I love that game, but
R.I.P.
it's not gonna stay on the list. And then I'm gonna get rid of Outriders. That shouldn't even been on my top 10 list that year. But I enjoyed that game. I did.
Yeah,
enjoy it.
you liked it.
I did. I beat it.
All right. I think we should take off. We can take off Crosscode.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Somewhere on there. I think I might have passed it. Yep. Okay. There it is. Okay. Crosscode.
Right, Crosscode Triangle Strategy. That one can be deleted.
Okay.
And then I think we can get rid of Resident Evil 3. What do you think about that?
I think so. Yeah. I'm good with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are better Resident Evils that have come out.
Yes.
Since that one.
Yeah. I 100% agree. Okay. All right. So we are down to 47 games.
Wow.
All right. You want to continue cutting just 3 at a time? And then until we get maybe to 30?
Yeah, let's do that until we get to 30 and then
Okay.
we can change it.
All right, man. Okay. I just scrolled through like some really great games. So I'm like, I don't think I can cut these. All right, I'm gonna cut Bayonetta 3. I don't think that's gonna make it. It's definitely the weakest, I think, out of the 3 Bayonetta games.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think I agree with you.
High on Life, I think, can go. I enjoyed that game. I really did.
Mm-hmm.
And then one more game. I'm gonna cut Little Nightmares 2. How you feel about that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I like that game a lot. I can't wait for 3.
Mm-hmm. All right. You can take Fire Emblem Engage. That one can go. Great Fire Emblem, just
Fire
not
Emblem
not the
Engage.
best one.
Was that on your list? I don't think that was on your list, Nick.
Was it not? Did I change it last minute?
Yeah, I think you. Let me double check. Let me pull up the 2023 list. Yeah, it wasn't on your. It wasn't on there. Just three
Okay.
houses on the official list right here.
Okay. All right. Well, then I will take off Marvel Snap,
Marvel Snap.
even though it's my number 3. In retrospect,
So and that's a good point to bring up because even though there a game of the year could not make this final top 10 list
yeah,
potentially. It's not, it's everything is subjective and our opinions of these games change over time, in retrospect we always look back and say, maybe this should have made it instead. So don't take our official list of that year so serious when we're doing this. All right.
exactly.
What game did you say, Nick?
Marvel Snap,
Marvel Snap. Okay.
which was my number 3 in
Yes.
2022, but yeah, that
That
one
game
can
was
go.
that. I periodically think about re-downloading that game.
I do too.
Did I already delete it? Maybe I was maybe. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. All right, and we are down to 43 games.
43. Okay, so that was one of mine, and then
I think that was your second pick, right?
no, it was my first because my first was Fire Emblem
Okay.
Engage.
Oh, that's right. That's
Uh,
right. Okay.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, that one can go.
Okay. Great remaster.
Yeah, yeah, and nothing wrong with that game. I thought it was really really fabulous.
Kind of wish they would. I really want them to redo Underground 1 and 2
Yeah,
so bad. God.
yeah, those are the goats. And then Forza Horizon 5. I think that one can go.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Granted, these are all great games.
Yeah,
They were
I
on
mean,
our list for a reason, aside from a few stragglers. But
yeah, there's a couple stragglers and some of the kind of the off years.
man, 2020 is just so weak compared to the other years.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, 2020 was very, very weak. All right, we're getting down to the nitty gritty here, Nick. We're at 41. Oh man. Um,
You're gonna have to take some from 2023 eventually.
yeah, I am. I am. I think I'm gonna take Signalis off.
Okay.
I like that game a lot, but I don't think it's gonna. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna stack up to the top 10 here.
Yeah,
Also, I think Splatoon 3 can go. How do you feel about that?
that's fair. Yeah.
Great game. I didn't get. I was not into it as much as I was with 2.
I'm
All right.
surprised that wasn't in my top games of 2022, but
Oh man. Oh. How do you feel about all Super Mario All Stars?
we can cut it.
Okay. Okay. All right. That's my 3, and we are at 38. So 3, 3, and then we'll each do 1. So you do 3, I'll do 3, and then you do 1, I'll do 1, and then we'll be at 30, and then we can
Okay.
start
I
making
think
some
we can.
decisions.
I think we could cut Mario 3D World.
And
If
Bowser's Fury. Okay. Yeah, we can.
yeah,
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I mean, it was a rematch. Upres. I don't know if I would even call it a remaster, but Bowser's Fury was genuinely a great experience, like a really great
it was
short
yeah,
Mario experience. I love that
yeah.
game. But yeah, it can go.
Um, we Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. That one can go as well.
Okay. I don't have any stakes in that one.
Mm.
I never played that one.
And then I think we can cut Guardians, unless you feel really strongly about it.
Let's hold
If you
off now. Let's
all right,
hold
if you
off right
yeah,
now.
okay, okay,
Let's hold
okay.
off.
Well, in that case,
I don't know if I'm ready to let
let's
that one go. That one was really good.
let's drop Super Mario Wonder then.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I'm still gonna go back and beat that game. I promise.
Never gonna beat it.
No, I will. I will. Okay, that was your three.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh man. I think Kirby can go. How
I
about
think
that?
you're right.
Okay. Probably the first Kirby I think I've ever actually finished. Really, really great.
Mm.
Um, I think Doom Eternal can go. I like that game a lot. I think I like the 2016 one a little bit better,
Mm.
but Eternal was still really good. Did you ever play Eternal?
I played it a handful of hours, but
Okay,
never finished it.
okay. I'm gonna take it off. Man, I think I'm gonna take Carrion off too.
Okay.
Great game, but I just don't think it's gonna hold up. Okay, so that's my three. We are down to 32. So you take one off, then I'll take one off, and then maybe after this, we can, instead of cutting stuff, we can maybe star a couple things that we know for
Okay.
sure is going to be there, and then we can go from there. This is a lot of fun, by the way. I'm having fun.
I'm having so much fun. Um, I think Pokemon Legends can lead the list.
I think you're right.
You know, realistically, it's not going to end up in our top 10. Well, we got to be honest with ourselves at a certain
Yeah,
point.
it was a breath of fresh air for sure for
Yeah.
Pokemon. Yeah, I think it can go. I think that's a good choice. Okay. All right. I'm trying to keep you in mind as well because there's some stuff that I haven't played on your list. What about Monster Hunter Rise?
You know, I was thinking about that one.
We don't have to. I can choose something different. Do you want me to give you my second option?
Give me your second option for
Neon
now.
White.
Fuck. Yeah, okay, Neon White. You can give it a Neon White.
Okay. You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we're at 30. Okay. All right. So do you want to star some stuff or should we cut some more stuff? How are you feeling with this? Because you get
Should we try to get down to 20?
okay. Yeah, we could
Is
we
that
can do that. We can do
we
that.
can go by 2?
Okay, we can do that.
Okay.
So we'll do by two now. So
It's gonna get saucy.
yeah,
You know, I will be the sacrificial lamb. We can drop Fire Emblem Three Houses.
you sure? You love that game, Nick.
I did love it. It wasn't my favorite Fire Emblem.
Wasn't your favorite file? Okay, I
No,
mean, okay,
it wasn't.
okay,
I would argue it's not in my top 3 Fire Emblems.
okay. Have you?
So
Did you ever play Genealogy of the Holy War?
just a little bit on ROM.
Okay, so you're pretty excited for that.
Yeah.
Okay,
That one was apparently a really, really good one.
okay, all right. So I'm cutting that. So you got one more.
I think we should drop Metroid Prime Remastered.
I think that's fair. I think that's
Yeah.
fair. I think that's good. Great game. All right, we're at 28 here.
Seeing a lot of Resident Evil on the list.
So what? So we got Resident Evil 2.
Resident
We've
Evil Village.
Resident Evil Village and Resident Evil 4. My God, man.
Out of those 3,
I think Village can go.
I think you're right. I think you're definitely right.
Village was great. I
Yeah,
think
no hate
I
on
think I
Village,
definitely loved 7 more than
mhm,
Village.
but
Um,
Village was super fun.
yeah, Village was great. Village was excellent. Excellent. Yeah, that can go. All right. That was my first one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my god. This is getting so hard. Uh
Mm, I know which two I'm gonna do.
okay.
I think.
Oh man. I think I'm going to take Gears 5 off.
Oh, whoa! Why are you taking Gears 5 off?
No? No? Okay, then I won't
You
then I
don't you
won't
don't
do it.
think it would end up in our top 10?
I don't know, Nick. I don't know. Maybe it's
I
too soon to cut Gears 5. That
I think
game is
it's I
excellent.
think I think there are a couple of obvious choices that can be cut that were low on both of our lists.
Do you think it's time to cut Guardian?
Yeah, I mean, I would think that, or
Man, Guardian was so
another
good though.
game.
Yeah, yeah, I think you're right. I think Guardian is. I think it's time. Yeah, I'm good with that. Okay,
Okay.
all right. So we're number 26. You got two.
All right, I think we should cut Psychonauts 2.
Whoa, whoa, Psychonauts.
You don't think so? Wait, how high was this game on your list?
This is what 2021.
Uh,
It was number
yeah,
5.
it was number 5.
Yeah, I love this game.
Damn. Okay. All right. I guess
No,
I guess I can hold on.
we can cut it. We can cut it. I'm okay with that. I'm
It was either that or Elden Ring.
okay. All right, yeah, I'm good with. I love, yeah. Psychonauts 2 is great, but yeah, I don't think it's gonna make top 10.
I don't think so. And then I'll drop Monster Hunter Rise. I don't think I can. I don't think I can fight it into the top 10.
Okay,
Unfortunately.
okay. All right, let me find it on here. All right, there it is.
I'd like to imagine we're like pissing off like one person with each of these picks.
Don't add us, please. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we're at 24. So we each got 2 picks left. Okay. My God, man. Oh, goodness gracious. How are we feeling about RE2?
I could argue it staying. I could argue it going.
All right, I'll hold off. Hmm.
There's a lot of good games. I'm watching you scroll down this list.
Yeah. It's just, yeah, like specifically right here is like earlier. I was like, oh God, like this is okay. This is like there's too many good games right here. Um, how are we feeling about Halo?
Halo Infinite?
Yeah, do you think that's gonna stay? I'll hold it off. I'll hold it off.
How, I don't want to drive your pick, but how you feeling about Plague Tale?
Man, I don't know if I'm ready to let that one go yet. If we
Okay.
do, I really like. I love both those games so much.
Now or later, I guess.
Um, I think I'm okay to let Dredge go.
Okay.
I don't think that will
Yes.
make the top 10, unfortunately. But man, what a game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That one hurt a little bit. Okay. Um,
Is it me next?
I think that was no. I've got one more, and then you. Wait,
No, you just drop one.
I just dropped one yet. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I got one more.
Wait,
Yeah,
how
because
many are left?
there's 3 left, so you get the last 2 picks
Okay.
before we
Okay.
hit 20. How are we feeling Assassin's Creed?
That's more of a you question.
I love that game, man.
personally, I I could argue dropping it, but it
Okay,
was number
right
3 on my
now it's either Assassin's Creed or Last of Us Part 2 is going. Which one?
Assassin's Creed.
Okay.
To be fair, okay, Assassin's Creed was number 3 on my list and number 2 on your list,
Yeah.
which for 2020,
Kind of a weak
that's
year.
like number 10 on a
Yes.
2022 year.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Although I
I'm
think
I'm
Last of Us
okay.
is gonna be really high.
I was just joking. Yeah, that can go.
I'm not gonna fight that hard for Last of Us Part 2 once we get to that point.
Huh?
I'm not gonna fight that hard for Last of Us Part 2 once we
I
get
mean,
there.
I liked it too. Like it was I didn't love some decisions that they made in that game, but
Yeah.
as a PlayStation third person narrative story driven game, it was excellent. So,
Yeah.
and the combat was amazing. Like just yeah, it was a great game. Okay.
Alright, Lies of P.
Liza P. Okay. I didn't think that would get to the top 10, but I thought that would make it a little bit further. Okay. I mean, I guess if we have Elden Ring on here and also Sekiro, I mean,
Yeah. It's
the
like, how many can you
the
have?
knockoff version's going away
The
first.
the Palworld version
Yeah.
is going. Um, thank you for scrolling up and down. This is actually helping me a lot.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh, Baldur's Gate 3 can go.
Okay. That's more of a
I
you than me.
yeah, I didn't play enough. Yeah, I haven't played it enough for it to cement its way into my top 10 in the past 5 years.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, we are at 20. I'll do a quick recap for the audios. Um, no particular order here. We got Sekiro, RE2, Gears 5, Last of Us Part 2, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Metroid Dread, Halo Infinite, Death's Door, It Takes Two, Elden Ring, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, God of War Ragnarok, A Plague Tale Requiem, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Armored Core 6, Sea of Stars, Alan Wake 2, Pikmin 4, Dead Space Remake, and Resident Evil 4 Remake. Wow.
It's a good list.
That's the list.
All right, I think we should
Yeah.
go to the absolute locks right now. Like the
Okay.
ones we know are going to make the list.
Okay. And we so we'll so what I'll do is I'll put a star beside it, and if
If we have
we'll go one by one, we'll star it, and then if we have 12 or 13 games that are starred, we're gonna have to make that executive decision on what stays and what goes. And then we're also going to are we gonna rank the top 10 too?
I think we should.
We should, absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Nick, I went first, so you go first.
Uh,
Right?
Elden Ring.
Yeah. Elden Ring. Okay. I would agree.
Excuse me.
Bless. All right. So I'm just gonna put an asterisk beside it.
And you can disagree with the lock too. Well, I guess.
No,
Okay, yeah.
whatever we want locked is locked. And then, we can. All right. I'm just gonna do the easy thing and say Tears of the Kingdom.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna
And I guess
do
let
the.
me actually let me I can move up and down. So let me move up and down here.
Yeah, I mean, Elden Ring, Tears of the Kingdom. Those are both obviously
Yeah.
top 5 contenders. Those are
All right.
easy
And then
easy
where
locks.
is yeah, for sure. I mean, they're generational games. I mean,
They are, yeah, once in a generation.
all right. All right. Nick.
Metroid Dread. I think that's a good choice.
Yeah, I would also agree with that sentiment. All right. I'm gonna go. I'm locking down Xenoblade.
Yeah. Okay. I agree. Hmm.
All right.
All right.
So
After
so we've got 4 games that are locked, and locked could change. That doesn't officially mean that it's, but we're just starring what we think should be on the top 10. Nick, out of the, do you want to maybe cut a couple?
yeah, I was thinking either cut a couple or for the next 2 rounds we do a lock and drop.
Lock and drop. I like it. All right, go ahead. Lock and drop, baby.
All right. I want to lock in Ori and the Will of the Wisp.
Okay.
What else? And I want to drop Gears 5.
I think it's time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Okay. So lock and
Mine-
drop. Hmm. I think I want to lock Death's Door.
Damn. Okay. All right. All right. All right. That's a bold pick.
Yeah, I knew that was good. I knew it was gonna be a swing.
What was that? Where'd that fall on your list in 2021?
Let me pull up my list real quick.
Just for the readers, you know.
Let's see. Number 4.
Number 4. Okay, it was my number 5.
Okay. And again, it could always change.
It always change. It
Always
could
change.
always
But I
change.
I I really like that game, and just, you know, in retrospect, I think it probably could have been higher. I think I put it underneath Resident Evil 8, and I think maybe Resident Evil 8 came out after Death's Door. And it could have been a recency bias. I don't know exactly.
Yeah.
All right, and then I'm going to drop.
A lot of good games on here.
Man,
There's a lot
there's
of
a lot
good
of
ones.
survival horror games right now on this
Yeah.
list.
I think we could trim some of that fat.
Oh man, what if we drop Resident Evil 4?
You serious?
Yeah.
Over Resident Evil 2? You think
We'll
do you
see.
okay, the question is, do you think either one of those should stay?
I don't want to cut them at the same time,
I wanna cut them at different times.
but also I don't know, man. Resident Evil 4 was, it might have been like number 7 on my list this year.
And it was number 3 on mine, so you're,
So the average is cut. No, I'm just kidding.
you're fucking done.
Man, but I also feel like a lot of games are this year, but also it's been a really fucking good year.
Yeah.
Um, my God.
You don't see any other game on here that, deserves the boot more than, Resident Evil 4? Not I do wanna sway your decision, but I don't wanna put other games in your mind.
Man, I feel like I know what you're thinking, but also like I kind of want that to stay as well.
What do you think I'm thinking?
God of War.
No, no,
Oh,
no, no.
okay, okay.
I'm thinking Pikmin 4.
Pikmin 4. Man, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. I did enjoy Pikmin 4 a lot, but
Is
yeah,
Dead Space Remake still on here?
it's still on here as well.
Okay, cool.
All right, all right. I'm getting rid of. I really like Pikmin 4.
Hey, we liked all these
We
games.
did we did like all these games. I know, I know. All right, I'm gonna be the one that does it. Dead Space is gone.
Wow. The sacrifice.
Yeah,
Much appreciated. Dead Space is great, but
yeah. And Dead Space was higher on my list this year, but and I said it in that podcast when we were doing our top 10 that the only reason why I really chose Dead Space over it was because we hadn't had Resident Evil. We didn't have it like a million times. Like we've had Resident Evil 4. It hasn't been
oh
remastered a
yeah, yeah.
thousand times. But I think Resident Evil 4 is probably the better game. Like
I don't even know. Like they're just different.
they are different, but I feel like just in terms of like replayability, you know, I don't know. They're very different
Yeah.
in a
Okay.
better but similar way.
And better but different, but
I really want to watch that movie again. It's been so long.
yeah.
It's a good movie.
Wait.
Kicking and
What movie?
Screaming.
Kicking and Screaming. That's right.
that
I was like, what game is that? Or
was like
what movie?
the go-to like car movie, I think.
Yeah, it was. That was the freaking go-to.
All right, Nick, we are officially at
All
18.
right, this should be easy from here.
Are we still starring in
Yeah, let's do
locking
like
and dropping?
yeah, I'll do a lock and drop, and then maybe we'll do one more round of that.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know. That'll get us pretty close to 10. Um, I kind of want to lock in It Takes Two.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, I don't know what I want to drop.
It's it's very difficult. I'm looking at this list and I'm
Okay,
all
I
right.
think between Alan Wake 2, Resident Evil 4, and Resident Evil 2, one of them has to go.
What do you think should go?
Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, did you like that game more than those other two?
No, yeah, I like them more than I did too.
Okay.
Like if two just took place in the police station,
Yeah.
game of the century, but it definitely
They always have to go to a lab.
I didn't love the end. Like once you got out of this police station, I didn't necessarily love the end of the rest of the game, to be honest.
Mm,
I enjoyed it. It's a Resident Evil and I love it, but yeah.
yeah, that's a fair statement.
Okay. All right, two's gone.
All right. So long.
All right. So for the audio listeners here, we got locked in, no particular order. Could change. Lock in doesn't necessarily mean it's going to stay for sure, but this is just what we think. We've got Elden Ring, Tears of the Kingdom, Metroid Dread, Xenoblade 3, Ori and the Will of the Wisp, and Death's Door. And oh, sorry, I'm so sorry. It Takes Two. Let me boot that one up.
Oh, don't forget.
Yeah, I can't forget the greatest co-op experience of a lifetime. All right, lock in. I'm going to see a stars, baby.
Yeah, okay. One of us had to do it.
God, man, I got to go back and finish that. Like finish the that side stuff. I really do. And then I'll
Yeah.
probably replay it again when I get it for on the Switch. That game
Oh
is so
yeah.
good.
Okay, you're getting on Switch
Yeah.
on physical. Okay.
And then am I dropping something too?
Yes, you are.
Okay. All right, we already talked about it, so I feel like it's probably got to go at this point. Pikmin 4.
Yeah. Nothing against Pikmin 4, but just neither of our favorite games.
Yeah, great game. I
All
think it was
time.
my fifth game of the. It was 5 or 6. Great. I mean, fantastic game. I loved it.
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty damn good game. All right, we are at 16. Nick, let's yeah, do one more round of well, you had went first when we started this lock and drop. So what do you want to do?
So we can do one more round of each of us, or do you want to end here?
Let to keep it interesting. Let's do one more round because we're at 8 right now.
Okay.
So let's yeah.
What is unlocked? Sekiro Last of Us Part 2, Halo Infinite,
God of
God of War
War,
Ragnarok.
A Plague Tale, Armored Core 6, Alan 2, and RE4. Yep.
I think I know what you're gonna lock next.
Hey, if you don't agree with it, just say you want to drop it, and we'll have that conversation.
That's all right.
I don't want to fight.
No, I agree with what you're gonna lock. I think
Okay.
objectively that's correct. Wait, scroll down a little bit. So it's Halo Infinite, God of War, Plague Tale, Alan 2, Resident Evil 4. I think we should lock God of War Ragnarok. I think
Okay. I mean, yeah, sure lock. But I do like that lock.
I just don't see any. I don't really want to lock any other games on there, to be honest.
What about Sekiro? I'm surprised that hasn't been locked yet.
Oh, has it not?
It has not been locked.
Hmm.
And this is more of a you than me. I personally, I could drop it.
You could drop Sekiro.
I could drop Sekiro personally,
Well,
but it is a damn good video game, and I probably would have more to say to keep it on if I've actually completed it. This is not a I'm pissed at this video game type of situation, but going back and playing it this year or in 2023, it doesn't play as good as I remembered
hmm,
as before. But
not as clean.
yeah, but
Yeah,
still
that's fair.
an excellent FromSoft game. Probably not my favorite out of all of them.
Yeah. All right. How do you feel at this point about dropping Halo Infinite? I actually I'll present two options: Halo Infinite or Plague Tale.
At this moment in time, I mean, it's your list. You drop whatever you want to drop.
But no, it's our list.
Well, yeah,
If
yeah.
you want to fight for either one of those,
I think I might fight a little bit harder. Did they come out in the same? No. Halo Infinite was 2021. This was
mhm,
2022. Yeah,
yeah.
I think I would fight a little bit harder for a Plague Tale,
Wow.
but I don't. But I
Wait,
don't know,
what's
man.
what's what's below
Technically is
Alan Wake
so
2?
good. RA4.
Hmm. Interesting. We can drop Sekiro. It's not going to make the list.
No, we can drop it.
Yeah, we can drop it.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
That one hurts because I think that's okay.
I could put it back on.
No, no, don't do it.
Are you
It's fine.
sure?
We have Elden Ring on there. We're good.
Okay. All right. So we're at 15 games. Am I doing? I'm doing one more lock and drop.
Yeah,
Okay. Ooh. All right. I'm locking Armored Core.
I knew it. But that means you have to drop one.
I do have to drop one. Let me go ahead and move Armored Core up here. Oh my god.
That's a hard list to drop. We're looking at Last of Us Part 2, Halo Infinite,
Yeah.
A Plague Tale, Requiem, Alan Wake 2, and Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
But no one's locked them down.
No one's locked him down.
So
That
what's
is
that say?
right.
How how many are locked down? Is it
10 are locked down, but I mean,
yeah,
we
yeah.
may not agree with what we locked, right? So we'll see. Um, whew, this is very tough.
What are you thinking between a couple of them? What do you
Oh man, I'm just thinking about a Plague Tale right now. Is what I'm thinking about.
Me too.
I'm trying to remember the moments of that game. Yeah, I think it can go
It's time.
this time. It made it to the top 15 list. I'm happy. Okay, Nick, lock one down.
So we're still going with the locks?
Are we still going to do that? Yeah, well,
Are there 4 left?
there's 4 left. We've got 10 locked for sure. So okay. So
Okay. Yeah, we can
is there anything? Is there anything on this on the that's locked in that you see that you would prefer over anything that we don't have locked?
I would argue Alan Wake 2 being in the top 10,
Okay.
but at the same time I'm looking at this top 10 and the only thing that I could possibly see leaving this top 10 is Death's Door. But I don't even know if I liked Alan Wake 2 more than Death's Door when I think about them individually like that.
That store was pretty good.
Like when you think about Alan Wake 2, like half of that game was incredible and the other half was good.
That's a good argument.
I don't know. But then I would rather have Last of Us Part 2 than God of War Ragnarok. But I know you probably liked Ragnarok more than Part 2.
I yeah, probably so.
You can say no. You can say you didn't.
Yeah, I think I like God of War better.
You liked God of War better than Last of Us Part 2.
I think so.
Yeah, like I'm not
But I liked Last of Us, but man. All right, well let's cut something. Let's just cut something from this bottom 4. Cuz we got to cut something. And then we can decide. So go ahead and cut something from this from Last of Us Part 2, Halo Infinite, Alan Wake 2, Resident Evil 4, and I mean anything. If you want anything, even if it's locked in, if you want to cut it, cut it. Or
I
you
th- I think
thinking about cutting it.
I think we should cut Halo Infinite.
Okay. Yeah.
Top 15. Very good.
Yeah.
Great job, Halo.
Yeah. Top 13, top 14. Okay. Um Okay, so two survival horror games, Alan Wake 2 and Resident Evil 4. Alan Wake 2 is really good, man. Really good. And
It's a great
RE4 was
story.
also an incredible remake.
I'm almost like more leaning towards Alan Wake 2 because it's a
Yeah,
new
it's
game.
it's a new game. Yeah, I think Resident Evil 4
You got that one? Okay.
is it time.
Yeah, yeah, it's time.
Okay. So we've got Last of Us and Alan Wake 2 left that have not been starred.
Hmm. All right, let's go through the list one more time for
Okay.
the
So we've got
people.
no particular order here. We've got Elden Ring, Tears of the Kingdom, Metroid Dread, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, Death's Door, It Takes Two, Sea of Stars, God of War Ragnarok, Armored Core 6 that are locked or starred, we should say. And then we've got Last of Us Part 2 and Alan Wake 2. So we've got 12 games here.
Are there any that I starred that you don't agree with?
Oh, man. No, I think I agree with everything. What about, I mean, you already said something about Death's Door. How are we feeling Death's Door? I know I started, but do we feel better about that than Last of Us? Oh, man, I feel like Last of Us has to make it, right? I mean,
I mean, okay, but I guess the question is, I think only one game could make this list. Like we're only willing to maybe drop Death's Door, right? Like I don't think I'm
what
willing to part with the other ones that I picked.
what about Armored Core 6, Nick?
That's a you thing.
Mm.
I mean, it's a us thing because I played it too and I finished it, but I mean, personally, I liked probably both of those games more than Armored Core 6,
Okay.
but I'm also not willing to fight for Last of Us Part 2 enough. I would maybe I would fight for Alan Wake 2 over Death's Door, but I wouldn't fight for Alan Wake 2 over Armored Core 6.
Okay. Okay. All right. What about It Takes Two? Is that like a for sure definite?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so.
Okay. I agree. I was just saying where your head was at. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
gotta
Okay.
keep that one on there.
So Elden Ring, obviously, yes, for sure. Tears of the Kingdom, yes, I think. Metroid Dread, we feeling pretty damn good about that one.
Yeah,
Okay. Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I think, is an absolute
yeah,
just
I feel great about that
man.
one.
How about Ori? How do we feel about Ori?
I felt great until you said it like that, and now,
I mean, we've got some really great representation with a Metroidvania esque game with Metroid Dread.
between Metroid Dread and Ori, which one would you pick?
Metroid Dread.
Then I think we have a case for getting rid of Ori.
I mean, Ori was my game of the year 2021.
Yeah,
I
20
love
no,
that game.
2020.
2020? Yeah,
Mhm.
2020. That's right. But also, did we love Ori more than Death's Door?
I think I did.
You liked Ori more than Death's Door? I think I did like Ori more than Death's
Think
Door.
so.
Yeah, I did. I did. Okay, how about Death's Door? Did we drop that one?
I think so.
Okay. Shout out to Death's Door.
Shout out.
The
Top
first
12.
one we starred and it's getting deleted. Okay, so we've got 11 here. Okay. Whew. At this point, I think we're both just looking at this list and we'll just call out what we see here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we nailed down Tears, Metroid Dread, Xenoblade, Elden Ring. I think Ori stays. Well, we'll see. It Takes Two, I think, probably stays. I mean, that was God, that was an incredible game. Sea of Stars, I think, probably stays
Yeah,
on this
I think that
list.
one stays. What was that your number 3?
That was my number 3 of this year. Yeah,
Okay, that's my number 2.
or it was Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, because Tears of the Kingdom, Armored Core, and then Sea of Stars. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'd be willing to let Last of Us Part 2 go, but I'd also push for that above God of War Ragnarok.
I was looking at God of War. I'm looking at God of War right now because Alan Wake was Alan Wake 2 was really good. I know you said one part was incredible and one part was good. But Alan Wake 2 was, I mean, gosh.
Wait, Alan Wake 2 is still on our list, right?
It is, yeah. Yep.
Okay, we only have 9 games starred.
9 games starred, yeah. Yep.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So we
So
don't have to get rid of we don't have to delete a game,
we still have to delete a game, yes.
but right now we could argue of
Right now
argue
we're
starring.
arguing the entire list. We don't have to at this point we're cutting where we can cut.
Well, I guess we have 9 games starred between Last of Us Part 2 and Alan Wake 2. Which one would you choose?
See, at this point I think they're both
You
deserving
think they both
of
deserving of the
the
list?
top 10 list and I'm looking at God of War and if we cut God of War, then they both make it.
I mean, I would agree with that. I think God of War Ragnarok is a great game. I just don't think it does anything that crazy as a sequel.
Yeah. Okay. It's gone. That's it. That's our top 10.
All right.
Now, let's
Oh, that took longer than I thought.
yeah.
Should we should we s- should we leave it here and then next week we can order them?
Let's just I think it'll take it. I don't think it's going to take very long.
You don't think so?
Let's just
Okay.
knock it out.
All
All right, so
right.
right now currently Elden Ring, Tears of the Kingdom, Metroid Dread, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, It Takes Two, Sea of Stars, Armored Core 6, Last of Us Part 2, and Alan Wake 2. Nick, I'm willing to put Armored Core 6 at number 10.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Man, fought its way on the list.
Yeah.
And I think
Personally I would put it higher, but you're not as high on Armored Core 6 and I think you're
mhm.
more high on the rest of these games.
And I think based off of our conversation about Last of Us Part 2 and Alan Wake 2, those can also be at the bottom of the list
I think so.
unless you think otherwise because neither of us starred them.
The fact that they weren't starred, I don't think they're gonna push up. And honestly, I'm okay with this right here. Like Armor Core 6, Alan Wake 2, and then Last of Us? Or
Yeah.
do
Yeah,
or
that looks good.
I think that's okay, right?
I think Last of Us Part 2 is I think it edges out Alan Wake 2.
Yeah. Okay. I agree with that. We had the discussion about Ori, that potentially being cut. Do you think that could also be maybe
I think that's closer to bottom of the
number
list as well. I
7?
think like when you imagine a game like Sea of Stars versus Ori, I think Sea of Stars is above it.
All right. So how do we feel about It Takes Two and Sea of Stars? Or does this just look really damn good right now?
With this list, like this entire list,
Yeah.
it kind of does.
Elden Ring, Tears of the Kingdom, Metroid Dread, Xenoblade at number 4, number 5, It Takes Two, Sea of Stars, 7, Ori, 8, Last of Us, 9, Alamate 2, and 10, Armored Core 6. Are we locking Elden Ring at number 1 here?
There has to be a reason why we made this list the way that we did, right? I mean, I know I picked first and I chose Elden Ring,
Yeah.
but would you have chosen Elden Ring first?
I mean, I don't know. I
I mean,
only because I knew Elden Ring was going to be on this list. So I wouldn't be afraid that it wouldn't make it.
yeah.
So
I would argue, might be
maybe
a hot take.
Xenoblade above Metroid.
Yeah, I would put Xenoblade above Metroid.
And I might argue Sea of Stars above It Takes Two. How are you thinking about that?
I I wanna say It Takes Two above Sea of Stars just because It Takes Two is such a unique experience.
This is true. The Sea of Stars is a great game, but also not doing anything particularly new in that genre.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy with this list.
I think Elden Ring stands above Tears of the Kingdom,
Yeah.
and no slight to Tears of the Kingdom, but, you know, it's the second iteration of this kind of Zelda game, and
Yeah.
it's kinda like the God of War Ragnarok thing. I think it does a lot more than God of War Ragnarok did in terms
Yeah.
of improving on the base game
Yeah.
or improving on the first game. But Elden Ring was just something completely new.
It was it was special.
It's very
It's a
special.
special game. Phew.
I
Okay.
think we sh I think this is it. I think it's locked in.
I like it. Okay. All right. So at starting at number 10, we've got Armored Core 6, number 9, Alan Wake 2, number 8, The Last of Us Part 2, number 7, Ori and the Will of the Wisps, number 6, Sea of Stars, number 5, It Takes Two, number 4, Metroid Dread, number 3, Xenoblade Chronicles 3,
Let's go.
number 2, Tears of the Kingdom, and number 1, The GOAT, Elden Ring.
Hell yeah.
That's a damn good list.
Wow. Elden Ring number 1.
I'm done.
What would you rate Elden Ring versus Breath of the Wild? Would you still go Elden Ring?
Yeah, because I like Tears of the Kingdom more than I did Breath of the Wild.
Mm.
Yeah, Elden Ring, pretty good.
Elden Ring was truly lighting in a bottle.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It was an incredible game.
Somehow we always knew Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was gonna sit somewhere at 3 or 4.
Yeah, it's a damn good game. It's a
Mhm.
good game. What can I say? All
Hell
right,
yeah.
guys. Well, that is going to wrap up this extra long uh episode of the podcast. We hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll once I have this list saved, we'll post it up on our Twitter account, and you guys can comment if you want to and
Mhm.
agree or disagree. But I feel like we've got a
Pretty
pretty
well-rounded
good
list.
representation of like all genres here. Yeah, I feel like we did a pretty good job. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, we'll be back next week, next Monday, with a normal episode of the podcast, episode 200. It's in the books.
It's a lock.
It's a lock. It's not dropped. It's locked.
Not a drop.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.